Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Wrestling vs. the World podcast. You know, during your day, sweet. If not, what the hell ever. So we got another WWECW review to do. June 27, 2006. The first episode to happen after the Vengeance pay-per-view. The episode is coming from Roanoke, Virginia. And as I just mentioned, we're 48 hours removed from Vengeance. Rob Van Dam successfully retained the WWE Championship against Edge. And Sabu failed to defeat John Cena in the Extreme Lumberjack match. Speaking of Sabu, he's opening today's show in an Extreme Rules match against Roadkill right off the bat. Roadkill doesn't even get an entrance. How sad. So Sabu, he tried to get the camel clutch early. Roadkill got to the ropes, and the referee pretty much told Sabu to release a hold anyway. Isn't an Extreme Rules match supposed to negate rope breaks? Like, can somebody get Jimmy Corderas on the phone or on Twitter? I clearly need another kind of clarification there. So Roadkill, he takes a chest bump into the corner like Brett would do, and Sabu got a nice springboard tornado DDT out of there. I like that sequence. So Sabu, he's trying to set up then with the triple jump moonsault. He got the chair there, but Roadkill trips him up and Sabu eats the chair. I'm sure it tastes like crap. Roadkill even nails a hoe train on Sabu, which I didn't think an Amish character would actually believe in. I don't think he believes in electric trains or any kind of trains, period. So Roadkill, he tries to get the table from under the ring, but Sabu stops him by getting a running plancha off the chair to the outside from earlier. So then table gets slid in the ring, Sabu charges at Roadkill only to eat the Big Boss Man slam, which I find to be funny because Roadkill's outfit looks similar to Big Boss Man's old Big Bubba Rogers outfit from the 80s. If you know, you know. Roadkill, he nails a nice-looking double jump elbow out of the corner. Thought he was going to go for a Vader bomb. But Sabu gets the ropes and it's still somehow a pin. Or breaks the pin. Like, huh? So the table's set up, Sabu's put on there, and Roadkill delivers a chair shot, like swinging on overhead to Sabu's ribs. Roadkill goes to the second rope. Sabu stops him by chugging the chair at his nuts. Never seen that before. So have fun going through intercourse after this one. So Sabu, he takes Roadkill down with a Hurricane Run off the top rope, or second rope for near fall. Nails some more chair shots. Arabian Facebuster sends Roadkill through the table. Single arm camel clutch, but he releases it. Chair shots, and you can hear Sabu telling Roadkill to keep rolling over. Sets the chair on his back, adds it to the single arm camel clutch, and Sabu gets a submission win. And you look back and you see Sabu's got kind of a cut on his back from the table spot there with the Arabian Facebuster. Hopefully he was okay. To me, it was a nice start for the show, even though it's a little weird to have an Extreme Rules match with two weapons. I mean, it's kind of become the norm here already. After this, the commentary announces that the main event of this show will see Rob Van Dam versus Kurt Angle in a non-title match, which is pretty intriguing. They say the stakes are huge for Kurt Angle on this one, but they won't say what it is. Like, is his mouthpiece that he wears in the matches on the line or something? And if he loses, he has to risk getting his teeth kicked out? I don't know. After the break, we once again see Kevin Thorne hissing outside of the arena. Is he supposed to be a vampire or a pissed off cat here? I would love to know what species he identifies at. Now, after this, Tommy Dreamer has a mic in the ring, just trying to be an ordinary guy, and he says he gained respect for Big Show for the beating last week, and he said, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" So a throwback to the quote when he was constantly whipped with a Singapore cane by Sandman back in the original ECW. But there's a difference here. So the long-lost son of Andre the Giant arrives, and any offense by Dreamer is ineffective to Big Show, like using Earthquake on his Zapdos. Show just keeps scoop slamming Dreamer over and over, and he sells it a lot better than those Tough Enough dudes did in 2004 on SmackDown. Cobra Clutch backbreaker, and Dreamer just gets flung away like the last time, and that actually looked pretty impressive, just spinning like a frisbee. Glad the Big Show had this move in his arsenal. Now backstage, Mike Knox is checking out Kelly and her state of being partially dressed, which you can kind of tell because of the angle with her hair and where her bra is at, despite the camera aiming at her back. And Mike pretty much tells her that he refuses to be a cuck, and if she wants to be in public so badly, she can join him to the ring. I think I remember what happens after this. Then Kurt Angle is cutting a promo backstage, and we finally understand what's on the line. But he announces that a victory over Van Dam tonight would earn him the right to face Van Dam in the Saturday night's main event championship match coming up, which I'll mention in just a bit. He's considering every day since April 2nd be a failure for him because April 2nd was the last time he held the championship when he lost the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania 22 in the Triple Threat with Ray and Randy. And every day since then, when he goes home, which is rare during this time because of the WWE schedule, puts on a fake smile for his wife and daughter, but he's willing to do what he has to do in order to become champion again, even if he has to completely destroy Van Dam, who he's got no problems with. Sure, I'll believe that. Next up, you got Mike Knox in his in-ring debut against Danny Doring, and Mike's Titantron is pretty much just his name, and mostly video clips with Kelly. I think you could see one where he puts the towel on Kelly from last time, and because this is only his second ever appearance on the show. And after seeing Danny Doring and how he presented himself in that You Shoot interview years ago with Sean Oliver, between these two, I don't know who the heel is supposed to be. Please explain. So, Kelly's there at ringside, and Mike is just going all over Danny Doring. I did like the sky high that he did to Danny Doring, looking like he was reaching outer space instead. So we go from sky high to space high. Some dude in the crowd wearing this faded green to white shirt, he's calling Kelly over, and he wants public show. Sir, this is an ECW event, not a strip club. So the guy, he started trying to unhook Kelly's bra with her consent, but Mike comes down and just shoves the guy in his face down, and he falls pretty much headfirst into his chair at ringside. Nice. So Kelly, she decides to walk away, probably going to her performance area. Mike Knox nails a bicycle kick to Danny Doring, so he's channeling his inner Steve Motherfucking Blackman. Swing and reverse SEO, and Mike Knox gets the win. I know it's not the only time we see somebody with this finisher. I know Bray Wyatt had it. I try to remember if there was another finisher by Fandango. I can't remember. But the show is not over just yet, because Kelly is shown on stage as we head to commercial. Now, right after we come back from break, we get the reminder, Test is on its way to ECW. I mean, he's coming. He's probably going to be coming a lot faster than Veer Mahan, but we got to prepare for this uneventful adventure. So Kelly's expose is next, and we learned through the announcer, who I think was Justin Roberts, that Kelly's last name is Kelly. Because before then, we just knew her by a first name basis, like, oh, here for Kelly's expose, it's Kelly. How unique. So she's stripping down, and Mike Knox literally throws in the towel after a minute of her performance. Kelly seems like, okay, I'll put the towel on. Nah, never mind. Throws it back at him after teasing compliance. And she gets ready to lower her bottom, but then Mike Knox just comes up and wraps the towel around her anyway and takes her to the back. Blue Balls Mania is running flaccid here in ECW, isn't it? Now we go from one strip routine to another, because we got Big Dick Johnson coming down with his black Ric Flair robe that he got from Wish, if that was around in 2006, that is. And before he can lose his pants, out comes Sandman, who's finding this whole thing humorous. So Johnson loses his pants. He's stroking Sandman's cane while dancing, and beer is getting spit everywhere. You can tell what the imagery is supposed to be. I mean, I wonder what kind of title this clip would be given if it was uploaded to an adult video website. But Sandman is no longer laughing once Johnson takes his beer and pours it on himself, because he wasn't finished drinking that. Singapore Cane's just up there in his nuts, repeated shots all over the body, and Johnson is sent out of there. And the commentators are pretty much pleading with the guys in the truck, don't replay this. You guys are lucky. The guys there in the truck did not replay it. Now back in the locker room, Paul Heyman is talking to Van Dam about tonight and the upcoming Saturday night's main event show. Now, it was already scheduled to be Van Dam, John Cena, and Edge for the WWE Championship in a triple threat. But if Kurt Angle wins this match, it becomes a fatal four-way because Angle will be added to it. Now, Heyman is concerned with the odds being against Van Dam because of all this. Van Dam reminds us, like, hey, over the last 48 hours, I've been smoking, man. I mean, I think that's been a status for a longer period of time than that. So, and we know this match will not happen. I mean, it's supposed to happen, like, I think a week and a half or two after this, but we know this match will not happen as advertised. So Heyman's he's still trying to talk, but he gets interrupted because Edge and Lita are walking together through the crowd, which means still the brand split is still being ignored. Because we gotta hype up another match. I mean, I can understand Van Dam being on Raw because he's the WWE champion, but Edge is Raw superstar. Stop breaking the brand split, please. They somehow have the authority to get two people in ringside removed despite the fact that they have tickets. I mean, it's not like one of them threw a bottle in the ring or something, so how is this allowed? After the break, Taz comes out there, interviews Edge to ask why he's there, and Edge says, oh, I'm the Rated R superstar. I can do what I want whenever I want, and I can go where I want. And Taz just walks away, he's shoving the microphone at Edge, who says, yeah, you gotta reach all the way up here and interview me there, little dude. So Edge, pretty much his motivation there is just to watch Angle RVD in person, and he will beat whoever holds the title because he's the whole effing show. I mean, Edge, no matter what, you're going to beat Van Dam because it's a non-title match. Okay? You pretty much spoiled it there. So we got the main event here. Kurt Angle, Rob Van Dam, non-title match. Angle with the mixed tune that people can't chant, "You suck" to very easily. And like I mentioned, if Angle wins, WWE title match at Saturday night's main event goes from triple threat to fatal four-way. So both men try out-wrestling each other. Mat wrestling looking pretty good. And pretty much impossible because you're going up against Kurt Angle, okay? Ask Shawn Michaels from a little over a year prior what that's like. So Kurt, he's laying in some uppercuts to Van Dam in the corner. Van Dam escapes and whips Angle to the opposite corner and then gets a monkey flip. Looked nice. Now, I think the crowd during this part is chanting, "We want Cena," which is dumb because, again, this isn't Raw, okay? We saw him last week when he was upping the stakes for the match against Sabu to an Extreme Lumberjack match, but that's it. He's not here. So windmill kick sends Angle back down, and Van Dam, he goes up top getting ready for Frog Splash, but takes too long. Angle grabs his ass and shoves him to the barricade on the outside. Go to commercial, come back. Van Dam's grounded in a headlock. Van Dam breaks the hold. He's got a with the jawbreaker. And Angle, he pretty much yeets him across the ring with the belly-to-belly suplex after he goes off the ropes and delivers a backbreaker before then Angle starts locking in body scissors and both men trading positions, trying to get a pin, because again, mat wrestling. And after an escape, Van Dam misses the corner charge to Angle and eats a German suplex. Not the only one here. Then we get a seated chin lock here on Van Dam, so a lot of time being spent with, I think it was like 20 minutes or whatever if you include commercials here, but a lot of time spent with rest holds. So a cartwheel kick helps give Van Dam a breather, both men exchanging blows. Springboard sidekick and a comeback gets started by Van Dam, but he gets stopped after Van Dam gets charged into the corner. Van Dam tries to kick Angle in the face by doing that whole thing where it's like, nope, not into the corner. But Angle catches him and pretty much does a capture suplex. So it's like almost like a belly-to-belly, but also has a leg added in there, almost like close to like an inside fisherman or small package suplex. You know what I'm talking about. It's a move that you never really see outside of a video game. So Angle, he gets his Angle Slam gets reversed to Sunset Flip, tries to go for an ankle lock, that gets stopped, and Angle also ends up nailing an inside-out overhead German suplex. If you saw the one that was overhead inside out to Brock Lesnar WrestleMania 19, you know what I'm talking about. So Angle, he gets the ankle lock, but that gets reversed after a moment, and Angle eats a super kick. Good thing he's got the mouthpiece. So Van Dam, he tries a diving side kick from the top rope, but gets caught in midair with the ankle lock. Very nice. Van Dam gets the ropes, but the referee isn't counting to 5 on Angle despite the fact that this is a normal match. That doesn't make sense. Rope breaks are being enforced in the Extreme Rules match earlier with Sabu and Roadkill, but not here in a regular match between Van Dam and Angle. So Angle, he gets the ankle lock still held in there. Van Dam flips him out of the ring. Van Dam throws him back into the ring, gets a slingshot leg drop after Angle gets thrown back in. Angle gets an inside cradle, almost gets the win, but not quite. Angle then gets a face full of the second turnbuckle and eats the heel kick. So then Rolling Thunder, unsuccessful. Van Dam fights off another ankle lock attempt. Split leg moonsault out of the corner, near fall for Van Dam, and he prevents another German suplex and gets that spinning reverse mule kick. You know, where he tries to overhead kick. He's on face down and then back kick afterwards. I think that's what the reverse mule kick is. I can't remember from the games. Then you get to the finish. So Van Dam, he's up top, gets caught with the avalanche belly-belly suplex. Not enough for Angle. Angle tries to go for the Angle Slam, but gets reversed to a DDT. And the 5-star Frog Splash gives Van Dam the win. So Angle is not competing for the WWE Championship at Saturday night's main event. And post-match, Edge gets in the ring, spears Van Dam to close the show before walking away and mocking him. So yeah, I mean, it's not many matches on the show. I mean, it's been the best episode, I would say, so far. Because, I mean, that Sabu Roadkill match was good. Kevin Thorne, I don't know why he was there hissing like a cat. The beatdown by Big Show to Tommy Dreamer. I mean, like I said, I did like the launch when Big Show threw Dreamer like a frisbee when he was getting rid and letting go of the backbreaker. Knox, Danny Doring didn't care, really. I mean, I hope the guy who got pie face was okay. Kelly's expose, blue balls, of course. That segment between Johnson and Sandman, what was the creative thinking when they keep booking these weird comedy-esque type things for Sandman for the third week in a row? We saw the zombie, we saw Nacho Libre knockoff, and now this. Why? And then, of course, like, the main event was actually really good. I mean, I know Angle wasn't at 100%. I know he was dealing with injuries at this time. If you want an example, look back at his Vengeance match against Randy Orton, which, of course, Randy won. I almost forgot to mention that, but a solid show. But again, a couple things could have been tweaked here. So, let me know in the comment section below, what did you guys think about this episode of WWE ECW? And we know the next one, July 4th. We know what to expect there. If you enjoyed today's episode, folks, please remember, leave a like, subscribe to the bell, turn on here on YouTube, comment your thought below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh, and make sure that bell is turned on for notifications. So, thanks for watching, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, and good day, everybody.